On a traditional factory floor, the workflow is a physical reality. You can see the raw materials, follow the assembly line, and identify exactly where a material jam is causing the entire system to stall. Even early office work was tangible. Rows of typists and literal stacks of paper made the movement of information easy to track. There is the second reality, what the process actually is. When you trace the true path of a project, that straight line often tangles into a web of undocumented workarounds, redundant approvals, and hidden bottlenecks. Finally, there is the third reality, what we want the process to be. Process mapping is the tool used to bridge the gap between that chaotic truth and a streamlined ideal state. It isn't just about drawing charts. It is the act of documenting the hidden mechanics of your business so they can be measured and improved. Capturing the real process requires a team that actually does the work. This means bringing together everyone from the department veterans who know the shortcuts to the novices who can ask why a specific, complicated step exists in the first place. This is a tactile exercise. Using a large wall and physical sticky notes allows the team to see the entire operation at once, making it easy to move steps around as the group debates how the work really happens. We start with a macro view called a SIPOC diagram, identifying suppliers, inputs, process, outputs, and customers defines where the project begins and ends. Once boundaries are set, the workspace is divided into horizontal swim lanes representing different departments, showing how work moves across the company. Mapping the steps across these lanes exposes the true workflow. It often reveals how a small delay in one department creates a massive, unseen pile of work for a team 3 lanes down the board. To record this reality accurately, the team uses a standardized language of shapes. These symbols translate abstract conversations into a factual map that everyone can understand. A green rounded box marks the start and end points, the specific triggers that set the process in motion and the final result delivered to the customer. Every individual task is a yellow square. To keep these objective, they are always written as a verb and a noun, like review invoice or install component. A blue diamond represents a decision point. This is where the process splits based on a specific outcome, like an inspection that either passes or requires rework. The purple note is used for waits and delays. These shapes highlight the moments where no work is being done, and a project is simply sitting in a queue. Finally, arrows trace the handoffs. They show the literal path of the work as it moves between different people, systems, and departments. These shapes provide a universal code, turning anecdotal complaints into a hard, visual record of how time and resources are actually being spent. When a team finally steps back from a completed wall, the map rarely looks like the simple path they imagined. Instead, they're often looking at 30 or 40 sticky notes for a process everyone in the room assumed took 5 steps to complete. With the truth on the wall, the team can begin to sort every task. They look for value-added steps, the actions that directly transform the product or provide something the customer is specifically paying for. Everything else is categorized as waste. This includes redundant approvals, excessive movement of files, and rework caused by poor instructions. Removing that waste allows the team to design a new version of the map. This is a streamlined blueprint that represents the most efficient way to achieve the goal. This new design is tested through the plan, do, check, act cycle. It ensures that the new process actually works as intended, turning mapping from a one-time meeting into a continuous habit of observation and refinement. Ultimately, this visual record moves the conversation away from individual performance. Instead of asking who is at fault for a delay, the team can look at the map to identify exactly which handoff or decision point in the system needs to be fixed.